Architecture is a very challenging major. It requires a lot of dedication, commitment, hard work, and creativity. As an architecture student, you will need to develop a variety of skills. And today I am going to be breaking down top 10 essential tips to not only succeed in architecture school, but also thrive. 1. Develop your design skills. Architecture is a design-driven field, so it's essential to develop your design skills early on. Take advantage of opportunities to experiment with different materials, techniques, and even softwares. So for instance, one big regret is that I never explored using Maya to fully develop an architectural project. You can attend design workshops at your school, join design competitions. It's actually really fun. Always reach out to your professors to constantly seek feedback. There is a lot of great thinking going on at your colleges, and I noticed that a lot of students don't take advantage. 2. Build a strong and solid foundation in math. Knowing simple math and geometry will take you very far, actually. So if you thrive in math classes, maybe you're in high school, this is a good sign. But if you struggle with mathematics a little bit, take a course, take it seriously, study, and keep yourself disciplined and on track. So I would say geometry, a little bit of trig, not so much calculus, but physics arguably is not just a science course, it's also a math course. Physics is also really important. Tip number 3 is to improve your communication skills. You will have to articulate your designs to clients and your professors while in school, and this is essential. This is how we express design. We make drawings to illustrate concepts and what the spaces will look like, but effective communication skills will not only secure you a job in this field, but it will also help you articulate your whole design intentions. You can develop strong communication skills by taking public speaking classes, get you out of your comfort zones. Also, practicing your presentation styles in front of your peers and even professors is also a great way to improve communication skills, and even working on your writing skills. If your colleges require writing classes, definitely utilize this opportunity to improve your writing skills and take those classes seriously. Don't just focus all your time on studio. The next tip is staying up to date with technology. Technology is ever evolving. We just saw this new wave of brand new AI tech being introduced into this field and other fields like medicine. But regardless, staying up to date with the latest tools, with the latest softwares is important. One of the biggest cons about Ohio State and UPenn is that there wasn't that really intensive Revit masterclass course. I only took one construction class at Penn that really went over Revit, but it was very superficial. The argument on campus here is that your employer will teach you a lot of Revit. So at any time I find myself in an interview with a potential employer, they always ask about Revit. The next tip is networking with professionals. Once again, it's not what you know, it's also who you know at the same time, and this is also where these communication skills come into play. I think I developed my communication skills the best when I was a waitress, because that also enabled me to start up and strike conversations with strangers. Learning these simple conversational skills is really helpful, and it will help you network with professionals. The next tip is seeking out internship opportunities. The summertime is a great opportunity for you to network even a little bit more, really strive and reach for the stars for that dream internship you really wanted. But also, I would look at it as an opportunity to explore what architecture has to offer. So it's very rare when you find a firm that does every single building typology. You can explore a lot of architectural building typologies by having multiple internships and even externships if your school offers a externship program. I also recommend doing that. Manage your time wisely. I cannot stress this enough. You can get lost in your studio projects, you can get lost in your electives, you could get lost in your social life, and you could get lost in your sleep schedule, okay? You could pick any avenue you want, but really it comes down to time management and effective time management skills. So I think making lists are really helpful. I have a time management video that you can also check out if you are interested. And really just, be kind to yourself. Make sure you have recovery time for you if you're pushing yourself too hard. The best way to push back a toxic work culture is to not participate in it. So take time for yourself, and it's really not the end of the world if you turn in an assignment late. Essentially, I think motivation wavers, but discipline does not. So create a schedule, stick to it. But overall, balancing workload will help you prevent burnout, and you can still stick to doing things that you love with your work that hopefully you love as well. The 8th tip I have for you is doing activities that really cultivate your creativity. So I am an artist. That's really how I got started in architecture. I do a wide variety of mediums. Doing anything that really enhances or encourages your creative growth is essential in this major because it is a creative industry, it is a creative field. Tip number 9 is to stay organized. I could take this camera and show you how disorganized Meyerson Hall is on Penn's campus. So maybe I'm not gonna do that this time, but I just wanna say stay organized with yourself. You can stay organized, physically and also with your studio projects. How you maintain your living and working environment is a reflection of how your person is doing. So for instance, I always make my bed in the morning. Every weekend I will tidy up my really tiny studio apartment, and it just helps me stay focused and refreshed. You can also apply this mindset to how you organize your studio projects. Thoughts that are muddy and kind of, well, it relates to this, and then I started thinking about this, and then confusing to follow along as a viewer. But if you can organize your thought process and almost come up with a linear explanation of how you got from A to B, and keeping organized in that way, I think is actually really essential to success. And I'm not saying that like sporadic creativity or disorganized, chaotic thoughts aren't helpful. They are. That's how the whole design process works. But yeah, definitely stay organized, and I think it will also give you more peace with yourself. And my last tip is to just not give up. Architecture school is extremely hard, but with a lot of perseverance and hard work, you will make it. And when you do, when you walk across that stage at graduation, it will feel worth it. But overall, really take advantage of the resources you have available to you. Take advantages of the people that surround you as well. Even your peers are so knowledgeable, and they come from so many various backgrounds, and their definition and experience with architecture might differ from yours. So even buy your best friend a cup of coffee and talk about it. And I just want everyone to know that failure is a part of the architectural process. I failed a lot in undergrad, and it was only till after I continued developing my skills in grad school that I realized actually how much I failed as a designer and as a creative. And I just think it shows that you're willing to grow and persevere and stick with a challenging profession. That's it for today's video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Love you guys.